Good evening, Free Enterprise fans from around the world. Welcome to twitch.tv/Free Enterprise for tonight's Community Night Race. My name is Verdus Knight. I'm joined in the booth by Commander Leonhardt. Ellen Motos is tracking, and the stupendous FBL is our restreamer. And we have a really special preview of our upcoming tournament tonight, where we're going to walk you through the Megaflare Rally flag set. Matic and Jbrun TR are going to be competing live on Restream, and we are going to see what they can bring up. Commander Leonhardt, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
All right, so this flag set is going to be showing off a lot of the new options in our 5.0.3 alpha build, which will be the build for the upcoming tournament. This particular one is going to have a lot of interesting flags. We're going to be talking a lot about a few new concepts, so if you haven't played Free Enterprise 5.0.3 alpha yet, I think you're going to be finding this to be really interesting. But let's get down to basics. First of all, this is a hero flag set, and we have Fusoya as our hero. And that is interesting because Fusoya is not going to be an available character inside the rest of the seed. You can pretty much only get him at the beginning.
Yeah, both Fu and Cecil, they can either be your hero or they can be the starting partner character that shows up at the beginning. And if they're not in one of those two slots, don't bother looking for them. Ain't happening.
That's right. And speaking of people who you don't want to bother looking for, Tello will not be showing up in this seed. Only one old man allowed. And in general, we're not going to have a very populated party. There's only going to be 3 people in the party at any given time.
Yeah, we have Max 3 and we have Permajoin and C-Bion. Party selection looms large in this particular flag set. And if you're wondering how in the world could you possibly beat it with 3 characters? Well, XP bonuses. XP bonuses, that's how.
That's right. One of the really interesting flag options in our alpha build of 5.0.3 is the ability to manipulate experience beyond just the standard 10 key item bonus. So in this particular flag set, you are going to see every time one of our players accomplishes an objective, they are going to get their experience rewards increased by 10%. Anytime they check a key item, it's going to go up by 2%, and anytime they don't find a key item at a key item spot, it's going to go up by an additional 2%. A lot of the times we've seen these in previous community races, these are additive, but in this particular flag set, they're multiplicatory, which means the experience bonuses are going to shoot up the more you do. On top of the 9 objectives in front of you, we've also got 8 boss objectives on, 2 of which are going to be Bahamut and Wyvern. And we also have a cash reward bounty out. If you bring 100k, 250k, and 500k to Tori in Agart, you'll not only get that 10% XP bonus, but also a spoon, curse ring, and adamant armor. And it looks like our racers are off, and they will have to make their first decisions in a second here. Well, I think that's an easy decision.
You know, I agree, but not everyone would. Like, let's see. I'm curious. Yeah. Brunter says do it, and so does Matic.
That's right. So the first item on this flagship will always be the Darkness Crystal. We've set it up that way. The racers have the moon open if they want to go there. They can also zip around the world as normal. Force Magma is on. So finding that magma key to get underground is also probably high up on their list of things to do. So we'll see what they choose to do in terms of divergence. Jbrun heading right to Mysidia to raise the whale. And Matic is going to check, it looks like, the Baron Inn and see what's going on there. Looks like it's a A
lot of people are fond of grabbing that, just getting eyes on characters. You want to know as soon as you can who's out there and what you're going to do for that third person.
Yeah, knowing you're only got one chance, one opportunity to fill that slot, you want to know what the options are before you make a decision, if possible.
Yo. By the way, we commented that this is the only way to get Cecil and Fu. This flag set hasn't been around all that long. There have been some asyncs, but if I had a nickel for every one of these Megaflare rallies I saw with the Cecil and Fu start, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's odd that it's happened twice.
Yeah, we may not see this for the rest of the lead up to the tournament. You just don't know. This is a really unique and rare seed we've got going on tonight. While our runners are going to the moon, let's talk a little bit about key item checks. They're going to be really important on this one. So K-Main obviously is on, but K-Moon is also on, which means those moon altars are in play. Monster boxes in the above ground slot. So Zot, Castle Eblin, Cave Eblin, Upper Babil, the Giant, and the Hairdryer's check here on the moon. I think I got them all.
Oh,
those are in play.
Oh, well, I think we found our third character, but I'm a little confused. The hook route always gets me. I thought that was part of below, but I could definitely be wrong.
I wrote them down.
All of those other ones are definitely above.
I wrote it down because I've gotten confused on stream. No, it is Cave Eblin and Upper Babil. Looks like Jbrun is taking the Rosa Matic. I would imagine it's taking the rest of the power couple as well.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Immediately, Jbrun is heading down into the moon. Now, why might we be seeing some checks on the moon right away?
Well, that's because of another 5.0 flag, T restrict. There's or T unrestrict rather. We have T max tier on, which we're familiar with from other flag sets of 5. But the unrestrict removes that for moon checks. You can designate certain areas that are immune to the max tier setting.
That's right. And we have also kindly, for our runners, put on vanilla monster box locations, which means they can loot the moon without fear of running into, warlocks or various dragons or behemoths. So they can go ahead and loot at the moon all they want in safety, get some top tier loot to set up their 3 characters. And it seems like both of our runners are choosing to do just that. Ooh, Avenger's Sword, that's a nice find.
Yes.
You've got to think that these runners are going to head to ordeals pretty much right away as soon as they feel comfortable and get that Cecil ready to rock.
Absolutely. Like, they definitely did not take Cecil in the hopes of finding a Deathbringer to swoon bosses. Definitely not the plan.
I would think that neither of these runners would object to such a circumstance happening. Let's put it that way. So, a few other things as we're watching this incredible treasure hunt on the moon that we want to bring up. Kano Free is on, which means they are looking for a Demas to find that extra key item. We have... so S Pro is on, so Shop Pro is on. So the later game shops are going to have better things available to buy. And T Playable and S Playable are on. That means that anything they find has to be usable by someone in the seed, and that could include throwing weapons for edge. And we know there's an edge in the seed because I've seen a Murasame already, so not too bad. Other than that, it is a pretty straightforward flag set. We are hunting for the top 2 objectives on your screen. So we've combined 2 objectives in the top row there: defeat the boss, the Ribbon Rune, and the Masamune altar, and Cave Bahamut. So all 3 of those moon quests, those are going to be in every single Megaflare rally seed. All 3 are hard required. The Rat Tail is also going to be in every single one of these seeds, but any combination of the 4 out of the bottom 6, that'll get us to accomplishing the required goal, which is going to be, again, those top 2 and any other 4. Now, when you accomplish either the top 2, 3 total, but the 2 on your screen, or 4 of the bottom 6, you're going to get a reward. You're going to get a Super Smith weapon. And we know it's going to be playable by someone, and you're going to hope it's going to be one of those characters in your party. So there is a little bit of quest finagling going on here, and again, that is all 5.0 alpha information. And speaking of information, Matic peeking one of those altars to find out that there is a mom bomb on the moon. Yikes.
Yeah, we have some divergence. Jbrun went back down to Earth after looting out the untrapped boxes. Matic wanted to take a look at the lower altars. We've seen Alt Gauntlet at Ribbon Room, Antlion, aka Mandible Kitty, at the Plague Spot, and we've seen, as you pointed out, Mom Bomb at Masamune, and Matic's gonna stick around on the moon a little longer and dip into Cave Valley.
So Jbrun is peeked another character, having not taken the Rosa, which I missed. But boy, that's interesting.
Yeah, neither of them took the Rosa. Chat theorizes that they want Zerker strats, and that is as good an answer as any. I, like you, would have quickly taken the Rosa and gone on my way.
So here we see that Bahamut. So we know, we haven't seen the full boss pool that's available for experience point bonuses, but the Bahamut is one of them. So by defeating this Bahamut, they will get an experience point bonus. They'll get, for those of you who are not aware, we've powered the Fusoya down a little bit because just dropping him at full power from vanilla into a seed makes the beginning of the seed pretty academic. Will unlock his hit points and his spells by defeating bosses. So that's a great way for them to do two things here. So you'll see right after this, you'll see the pop-up saying, hey, he got some stuff. There you go. Cure 2, Lit 1. And a 10% experience point bonus for Jbrun already on board.
Yeah, we did get a glance at the boss objectives. Matic was kind enough to scroll down. I don't remember all 6. I remember Val and 2.
Ooh, there we go. Not so some interesting boss choices from the random seed tonight. That's always good. So Jbrun continuing to move around the blue planet. Matic now heading back to the blue planet. We'll see which way he goes. Jbrun gonna go check the watery pass, see what there is to see.
I feel like you gotta. As soon as you think Fu will get the job done for you, I would be hustling toward deals and handing Cecil the anger stick. But yeah. I would have a Rosa in party, so who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Matic has creamed me in every single one of these races we've done, so who am I to judge?
Nobody here is denying the skill of Matic and Jbrun. They are superb runners, and we're really, really privileged to have them restreaming for us tonight. But yeah, Ordeals, that's super tempting. It's 3 bosses to get your Fu online. It's a key item check, and it, most importantly, it gives you Avenger Cecil, which will clean up the rest of the overworld pretty much on his own, no problems.
Yeah, just need something better on Fu, like at least a level 2 elemental.
Yeah, exactly.
Would be where I'd start thinking about it.
Yeah, Jbrun is now checking in Fabul. Not too much in the shop, nothing much in the item shop, but we have to think he is going to. Oh, I'm going to pick up a couple kamikazes just in case. And yeah, one thing that we didn't comment on earlier is that deep move dive and a few other of these deep dives has been enabled by Fu starting with exit. Can't go wrong with exit.
Actually, it's a lot more enabled than that. The flag set has the exit kit, which gives you a handful of exits, somewhere between 5 and 10 each time. And it that's not just this flag set that has that, but that is specifically to speed up the initial.
Yeah, I would imagine that it would be a little bit more boring if you had to walk out of the moon every time. I would expect that the vast majority of people who play this flag set are going to move.
Yeah, and definitely the thought was, you know, if we don't put this on, are people actually going to bother looting the moon? We don't know. We'd like to actually make it a reasonable choice.
That's right, yeah. I mean, I think that's very logical. Now, I know you were part of the team that designed the flag set, so really curious to hear as we talk about some of these things, sort of the underlying philosophies that the event team were discussing as they came up with it. power key for Jbrun at the Fabul defense, and I think that is interesting. I don't believe that's why you came here, but you're not going to say no. Jbrun using that kamikaze he just picked up in the shop to get through the last of the 3 Mega Sisters as well. I think it was a pretty smart heads-up play.
Yeah, Fu's got you a very nice HP tool. I didn't see it, but I assume Fu threw that kamikaze.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
He's got the great hit point total for it. Kamikaze deals damage equal to the current hit points of the character using it.
Absolutely, and you are aware, of course, heads up play, knowing that you're getting the free heal at Fabul. So even though Fu doesn't get the experience, that's trivial, because what we really need for Fu is an experience at this point. It's defeated bosses to get him online.
Yeah, very good point. All very smoothly done.
Yeah, really, really great stuff here. Jbrun is now. Go ahead.
As FPL is reminding us in chat, if we did care about XP on Fu, he's the hero. He gets XP even if he is on the ground. But you're right, we don't really care about XP on Fu.
At least not at this level of the game. But yes, even if you're a hero and you're asleep, somehow you still get the experience. Quick use of Toad to take down those Baron guards who will not get a chance to piggy, Toad, or otherwise inconvenience Jbrun's characters, which I think is excellent.
Yeah, it's a good plan. Taking advantage of the fact that this flag set does not have any free one. There's a different flag set. This would not work at all.
Yeah, Be No Free is one I've always found interesting. And again, Jbrun using those J items to his advantage. Blow up. Oh, there's the Magma Key. Very nice find.
Yeah, we have Force Magma on, so you could find the hook early. We're not blocking the hook from you with that flag, but we are promising that you can get underground without doing the hook route, basically. That's the Force Magma promise.
Yes, and even though you start with the Darkness Crystal, we do not have K safe. That's the one.
Yeah.
My brain was combining it with Be Risky for some reason.
There's so many flags now. It's honestly, every time I look at Be Risky, my brain just goes brisky, like it's a blustery day or something.
We don't have K safe on, so you don't ever have to worry about going to the moon, even though you have access to the moon right away, and there are several checks there. So I think this is a really nice setup for the flags. I think it creates variance, but a nice logical way to play as well, which I think runners have always enjoyed.
Yeah. Shout outs. I'm going to shout out DMAR for that. I mean, DMAR, it was definitely a team effort, and, DMAR took our input and tweaked, and we all contributed, but the creation of the flag sets is largely DMAR's brainchild, and they've done a great job with all three.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the tournament. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am definitely going to try to get in to be on the restream team for them, and I'm going to watch what I can't. I think it's an exciting tournament concept. Unfortunately, showing, even though Rubicon showed his beautiful leg, Jbrun has given him the cold shoulder. Very quickly gotten through that fight. Ooh. The Odin herd around
let's get some lightning items out here. Indeed, the Odin herd around the world.
There we go.
And for those of you that don't know, the reason we call this the Odin around the world is that if you actually let Odin Zen Tensukun, he still follows the original programming of moving to his right. So he disappears out the right side of the screen and then reappears behind the party on the left side.
Goes all the way around the world just to give you a little snap in the back of the head with that sword. We'll see. The sword is up. Will Jbrun get through? Here comes the damage.
Bail it out. Ooh. And got it.
Wow. Really, really loving the kamikaze play. Making sure that he had that Fu at max hit points, knowing that that was something Jbrun could pull out if necessary. Matic, on the other side, has gotten through the Ruby with the J item strategy as well. I don't think Matic did Antlion. So, no, Magma Key's not lit up, so did not do Antlion. So that is interesting.
Okay. Yeah, said I'm going straight to get this Cecil ready.
That's right.
But we get to find out our key item in the changing room, and it is...
It's the pan.
Ooh. Now, K-Summon is off, so there will be no item from the Pan Bonk, but it will set up Sheila's second K-Main check.
Yeah, and that opens up quite a lot of options for Jbrun following the defeat of Asura here. Looks like he's going to go for double Star Veil strategies. Make sure reflecting those cures onto his Fu. Probably the best way to get through. And then, yeah, reflect some magic onto Asura to take her down.
Yep,
Matic.
Job done.
Matic is struggling. Oh, he's through.
Hey.
Now, one thing you might notice is that Matic is getting the crumble, as that's a 4 fiend spot, but the kamikaze attack that Jbrun used skips the crumble. So, just a few seconds difference, but we're running. Seconds count. So Jbrun is through the change room. Matic is going to high-five him on the way out as he goes in to get his Cecil online.
Learn to Medio, wherever he is. We won't be seeing him.
So Matic peeked Cave Bahama earlier.
Yeah, either of these people passed up on Rydia and Rosa to take Tella. I don't know what I will do, but it will be drastic.
Told you, there's only one old man in the sea. We don't need any more.
Matic pondering this challenge. It's definitely... Matic might be going for a lifelock rather than a double veil and waiting for Asura to flip around to life 1.
Yeah, so if you're not aware, lifelock strategies, when you strike Asura with an offensive action, she'll counterattack you and then replay the same spell that she most recently cast. If you time it just right, that means you can get her to cast life over and over again and not heal herself. So the lifelock strategy with the power staff, I believe, went through pretty quickly. Jbrun is headed over to Castle Eblin to do some looting and almost certainly to do those 3 monster boxes. We know exactly where they are, and we know that they could, because this is in the above ground spot, could have a key item, which means if they do, you get a key item and 2% experience bonus. If they don't, you get a 4% experience bonus and a T-Pro reward.
Because we have the bonk bonus on.
That's right. Yeah, it's one of those new experience manipulation flags, is the ability to reward you with experience if you do a key item check, but you zonk. You don't find anything valuable. You don't find that key item. Jbrun is using the hourglasses to stop the stalemate in the skulls before they do any damage, and just letting Berserker Cecil take them down. You know, do his thing, do his stuff.
Matic, in the meantime, setting up, looks like a trip to Baron Inn. Not gonna straight away equip the Avenger.
No. Now, why might you not equip the Avenger right before battle?
Well, you might find a battle that you didn't want to attack. One of our runners has seen Antlion, but the other hasn't. You probably cut through DKC in the first spot and without any trouble, but it might cause you problems if you're constantly fighting the second one. There are a few others that could be problems.
I am not used to seeing such little damage done with a Cecil in the Baron Inn. That is... I mean, I know it's early, but still.
He's level 1. Hopefully he's at least back road.
That's right. Alright. Looks like it's a plague. Interesting.
And Fu just unlocked white. It's a good time for... Oh, Medio anyway, but...
Now we're watching...
Okay, got it.
Timely use of Medio. It's nice to have the old man who can cast Medio without dropping dead, I think. Jbrun has equipped the Assassin Dagger before battle and switched to the Avenger, it looks like. And is now going hog wild on pigged monsters.
You keep this up, FBL might show up with a hook. And speaking of hooks, that's what Matic just got out of Baron Inn.
There we go. Baron Inn. Now that's important. That's important because the hook is required for 2 of those second group of objectives, the trading away the rat tail and launching the Falcon. So that gets those on board. Both runners have the Pan, which is another one of those objectives. We are also looking for the Luca Key, the Earth Crystal, and the package. So one of our new flag objectives is bring the Mist Village survivor to Kaipo. So it's not just burn the village with the package. You have to go through the cutscene, wait out the fight against the Titan, pick up whoever's there, take them to Kaipo, deal with what would be the Kaipo guards in the vanilla playthrough. So makes it so you have to go through that whole thing. And that, I think, makes that a very interesting objective, because that is a lot of time. But so is launching the Falcon, and so is completing the Sealed Cave.
Yeah, it gives us the second objective in that spot, which, is long enough that I'm pretty sure it's only a tough quest list. Kind of like how you have 2 objectives in Baron, or, well, multiple objectives in Baron, or in Lower Battle, for that matter.
That's right. Yes, and all the objectives that have been added randomly, so everything below trade away the rat tail on the tracker there, those are all random tough quests. So time investment or difficulty levels are what we are considering for those.
Hey, in case you missed the Avenger, the Mad Ogres say here, this is why we're so angry.
You can never have too many Avengers. I don't care how many Cecils are available in the seed. You can never have too many.
That's a bold take.
Hey, you can sell the extras if you want to go for the available cash bonus. Get that money to Tori.
It's true.
Buy yourself Now the spoon's probably not as interesting to you, but the curse ring and the adamant armor, they probably are.
Yeah, Fu does make a pretty good cursed anchor. He gets down to 5 agility, and he still has wrong Avenger, Roddy Sniper, but valid. So yeah, Fu's a decent cursed anchor. It just depends on how you feel about whether you feel confident enough in your other 2 people that it's worth taking them to RA1, or whether you need Fu to contribute at full valor.
I suppose that depends on if you ever find a 3rd dance partner for your trio. I mean, if there could be a Kane out there. We've seen Spears. And again, doesn't mean that there is a Kane, because Edge can throw spears. But there could be a Kane out there, and then you would want 2 Avengers. Or there could be an Edge out there that you find, and now you want to throw that extra Avenger.
Do we have any special C flags on about, maybe? Because if we don't, I think the whole party's here. Because we know there's no Cecil, there's no Fu, and there's no Tella, so there's only 9 people.
Yep.
So they're all available. So the playable is kind of a red herring, flags up.
Kind of.
Matic picking up the Luca key that Jbrun found.
So that is another one of those objectives. So realistically, if they really want to, we've got 3 out of the 6 objectives available. You complete 4 of those, and you're going to get your Super Smith weapon. Now, Jbrun sells the extra Avenger and is already up to 300,000 cool dollars.
Isn't it?
Says no to the heroin robe. Nope. I think he's inaccurate. Let's go and cash in at least the first 2 of that and get the cursed ring.
If these runners turn down another decent character, I'm going to start suspecting that they have some sort of gentleman's agreement to not take a 3rd character and just run with a Lunarian duo. I'm just saying.
It's entirely possible. Entirely possible that they have a gentleman's agreement. These 2 runners are... they frequently clash during these Friday night community races, and we are the better for it. Yeah, exactly. I'm very curious to see who Jbrun, if there is a 3rd character, decides to take along for the ride. I would think you want the Edge if it's out there. But boy, oh boy. I guess we'll find out.
Wow. I mean, talk about... And, again, one of the things I like about these flag sets is the opportunity for diversions. We've both been like, oh yeah, absolutely, they'll take the Rosa, and both runners have said, no. I'm pretty sure some of the other people that are joining us for this community race off-stream took that Rosa, and I suspect we'll see a lot of that in the upcoming weeks of preparing for the tournament and during the tournament.
Jbrun is heading right away to the Sylph Cave. Is going to go do some concussive healing to the Yong in the basement. Maddox's going to go pop down, take on those Baron Guards, and get his Magma Key, which will allow him to pop underground as well. That'll be, as it has been pointed out in chat, this is going to be parity, although Jbrun mildly ahead on a few checks, but Maddox is probably up on knowledge, having peaked a little bit more on the moon. So we'll see if that impacts things. Jbrun again taking advantage of the fact that we know where those monster boxes are to loot on the way, probably thinking I need a little bit more money to finish paying off Tori in Eggert.
Hey, yeah, if you don't have that 500 yet, keep on looting. You want that out of it.
That's right. And the further we get into the seed, because we have T. Wildishon, the better the treasure becomes. It is only max tier 5, but tier 5 sells.
Well, I think this Masamune from Yang will let us know if Jbrunter's holding out for an edge, whether they get sold or not.
We should see very soon. Jbrunter is going to go head down into the Fey March. Is going to grab some chests on the way down. Again, there is one monster box in here, but knows exactly where it is and does not have to worry. I would imagine it's going to check the shops down here and will almost certainly unload at that point.
Matic, in the meantime, has launched the hovercraft, so you might be seeing a check of the hovercraft coming up.
Oh, King Queen Evelyn in the waterfall. Matic is going to take this, is going to work on getting more power to the Fu. Jbrun. Let's see what that Fey March freebie is. It's Artemis Arrows, so that is a 4% experience bonus for Jbrun. Nothing particularly interesting, I think, in the shop. Sells the Masa.
Okay, so, not here for the edge. Decidedly not here for the edge.
Absolutely not. Keeps the curse ring. That's about it. Now, oh, this is interesting. Matic, having grabbed the hook, is heading to Cave Evelyn. So
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, hey, this is an objective. There's 2 monster boxes that are in the Miab above ground pool. So that is either 2 key items or it's more experience as you go. The Fey March basement has Dr. Luge and the DKC, the Dark Knight Cecil. Jbrun says, I'm out. No thanks. Now, case summon's not on, so there's really no need to fight those bosses unless they're a 10%, unless they're in the boss objective pool, which would provide a 10% experience modifier.
Good shop, though. Cure 3 potions and life potions. Good to see those.
Yep, that's right. So Jbrun is probably going to go do the dwarf fight. Meanwhile, Matic is about to give us a peek at another character. And I would think that if you are looking for that third character, that is, both these runners are probably very interested in finding out who the characters are going to be. So Nits guy in chat says, I did not know that fighting bosses outside the pool meant you didn't get a bonus. So the way it works is you get a bonus for defeating the 8 bosses that are in the pool. We've only got a brief look at them earlier. It was Valve, Bull Gauntlet. We know that Bahamut and Wyvern are in the pool. There could be a couple others. But if you're not fighting a boss that's not in that pool, you're not getting a bonus. Unless that boss is gaining a key item check, at which point you'll get a 2% bonus for checking the key item. An additional 2% if the key item is a Zonk. Matic finds an Edward while Jbrun is off to turn in the pan. Decision time here for Matic. Will he take the Yeti? Ooh.
Have a pink tail.
Pink tail and twin heart. Ooh.
And that's just the way the flag set's crafted in this guy. There's a different flag set for the tournament where just beating a boss gives you an objective. There are so many different things you can do with XP bonuses when it comes time to craft your flag set.
Matic has selected. He has taken the Edward.
Give that bar to Spoon.
Now, we know a spoon is very easily available. Just $100,000 to buy one from Tori and Agar. Jbrun's going to go pick up another easy boss, grab himself that King Queen. Oh, no, he says, I'm out. No thanks. Don't care about King Queen Evelyn. Do not need those extra spells on Fu. Will raise the hovercraft, and I have to think is going to follow Matic down into the upper portions of battle. So I have to keep that one straight in my head, but that is how it works.
Matic is passing up on the MIABs.
That is interesting. I wonder if Matic has missed that they're in the K item pool, or simply has said, you know what? Doesn't matter.
They're in the below pool. All right, it vexes me that they're in both pools, but I'm just going to have to deal with it.
Hey, I did not put this incredible programmed game together. I know we were worried there weren't enough Avengers, so there's another Avenger. Yeah, as was referenced earlier, there's so many Avengers in here. It's like we're casting for Endgame.
Apparently they're not in the below.
I don't know how far below ground you got to get before you're below, but there you are. All right, looks like Jbrun's going to go get that adamant armor. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe he's going to go do a little bit more selling. Matic is going to go see who the first boss is. It's a Sparkle. Could be the Wyvern. It is the Pale Dim! Exclamation Doot.
Right, they're underground for P chests, which is a different flag we're using. But they're not underground for K MIAB.
It doesn't have to make sense, Commander. It doesn't have to make sense. It's okay. So Jbrun has the adamant armor for that Cecil. I would think is going to do a significant amount of damage. Matic, no problem, is through the Pale Dim, has Nuke on Fu.
Times.
And Sparkle number 2, Electric Boogaloo. time, slowing it down. Remembering to back row. The Cecil looks like. Yep. And then he's getting his spells organized.
Stabby stabby with the dagger of death.
That's right. It's D-looters. Okay.
This guy, the vanilla MIAB flag is down in miscellaneous, and it covers every MIAB in the seed. That's all the way from the Flame Dog chest at Zot to the depths of the Lunar Subterranean.
That's right. We are now going to see if that's relevant as Jbrun is checking the Staleman chest. Matic is working on the D-Lunars. This is going to get interesting. Using those Cure 3s as offensive items. D-Lunars, of course, are undead, in case you couldn't tell by the fact that they're all skeletons and surrounded by Ghost Flame. Jbrun through that Staleman check.
It's going to be a critical check.
Just a silver apple.
Yeah.
Gold apple. AG. No. AG's Argento. Yeah. Silver apple.
You're correct, silver.
Yeah. One of these days, I'll remember my periodic table of the elements. Now, will Jbrun? Jbrun's got that option. He has the spoon. Edward is ready to rock and roll. Matic choosing to reflect the breath and turn the D-Lunars into frogs. What a heads
Lunar
up
frogs! Yes! I'm here for it.
Now, I would not be surprised if Jbrun and Matic agreed to take the Edge, or the Edward as their third character. That would not shock me.
Maybe. Demar, what do you have against Mercury apples?
They're so liquid at room temperature. Just the way I like my apples.
I mean, if I was going to have anyone deliver me an apple, it would absolutely be the messenger of the gods. I think I broke Veritas there.
I'm having a good chuckle at that, I will admit. Jbrun is now checking the Mad Ogre chest, trying to size the Mad Ogres, but that Avenger Cecil says, or I could just chop half of you down, no problem.
You keep chanting. I'm just gonna swing.
Yeah, no problems there. The Val is on top of the tower, so the runners have the tower key. Val is in the experience pool. Be curious to see what Matic chooses to do. Just a crystal armor. So Matic fading those monster boxes, that has turned out mostly in his favor. I mean, maybe the crystal armor, but you can get an adamant. So, what a always nice to see a gamble pay off.
Right.
And yeah, Matic is hasn't done the pan check yet. Just got underground, but did make up some precious time and is going to go down to Tomra and do some more looting, or do some more shop checking, I should say. Looks like he's going to clean up that inventory. We know that there's not going to be any edges, no canes, no one else to the rescue. It's just these three folks. Fu, Cecil, and Edward for both of our runners.
Yeah, I didn't see holding out for him coming, but you have a spoon. You do have a spoon. It is the most powerful weapon in the game. So, and it's more than enough power to get Edward even to the point where he can survive an unnerved Big Bang.
The experience modifiers are already shooting up. If you take a look at the next fight, you'll see they're already approaching double experience, both of these runners.
Yeah, which is another good feature of the alpha, displaying that after each fight.
That's right. It's very handy, especially if you're like me, who does not want to do math on stream, or does not want to do math basically ever. the game can do the math for me, I'm a happy camper. Matic is also taking advantage of knowing where the monster boxes are to grab some more loot on the way down. Almost certainly getting ready to go cash out a fair bit of money to Tori and Agert. Jbrun has run into the D-Lunars. Cecil Avengers go. And we're getting those reflected viruses. Ooh.
They sting.
Ooh, and then down goes the Foo.
This could be rough.
We're in... No, he does have adamant armor on. Whoa.
Adamant does not really help much. It boosts your magic defense, but you don't have the elemental protection. And Jbrunter realizing the trouble resetting out.
Yeah, not gonna get through that one, unfortunately. So Jbrun did not, I don't think, save. No, it's got to go through the Paladin again. Oh no, that's the second spot. No, that's the Paladin. Yeah.
No, yeah, Paladin first. So yeah, has to do that part first.
Did not save between them, so that is a pretty big time loss, I think. Matic still a little bit behind on key item checks because it hasn't checked the pan. Is about to get the Fey March check in, but yeah, that, I think is made a couple nice efficiency plays here and is getting a little bit lucky with Jbrun struggling with the very difficult D-Lunars. Like, let's just be honest, that is a tough fight.
Sure. Especially coming in with an Avenger straight up. I mean, we saw Matic break out the frog strats. That's all you need to know right there. Matic said, "Hey, I'm not even going to try to mess with you. I'm going to turn you on yourself."
That's right. Yeah, and really smart heads-up play. Very, very difficult if you go in with the Avenger to get that going. So we'll see what Jbrun does this time out. Edward goes down. No surprise.
And the other thing here, though, is that Jbrunter chose to do double veil in the changing room. So, unless Jbrunter found some veils somewhere else, he might not be able to do frog shreds unless he wants to rely on a wall casts from food.
I'm not seeing the veils in Jbrun's inventory there.
And
So,
I didn't see a wall in the spell list either. Did you, for food?
I didn't see it, no.
So...
this could get interesting.
Right. What, at the time, probably seemed relatively an inconsequential decision is turning out to have a major impact.
And it explains why you would want to keep those resources. You know, why you as a runner are going to take the slightly longer time. But Star Veils are such a powerful and important item in this flag set, or in Free Enterprise in general, that, you know, sacrificing them early can be very, very important later on.
Jbrunter getting some damage in this time before switching to the Avenger, which he's got to at some point if he can't put walls up, because then the dragons will just do breath, and that's not good.
That's right.
So he's hoping that he's dealt enough damage that Cecil can get the job done.
Who goes down before he can get another Quake out, and
That's
Jbrun
so-
takes his second reset. Ooh.
You got this, Jbrunter. I believe in you.
So Matic has cashed out with Corey entirely. That is, again, a spoon, cursed ring, adamant armor, and 30% experience bump. It's actually, because it's multiple Tori, it is 3 times, you know, an additional 0.3% of, or additional 10% of your current modifier each time. So it is quite a bit of experience to cash that out. And has picked up his pigtail and has picked up his harp and says, I am not doing either of those things. I am heading to the sealed cave. What do you think about this play? The sealed cave is interesting. Your options aren't great, though, are they?
Well, no. They aren't. There's not a whole lot you can do. The big thing, what do I think about this play? I think, and I'm scrolling to verify, I think this is what happens when you turn off a warp glitch. You can't just go to Dwarf Castle and pop into the back room. So
now Sealed Cave is required, or it is one of the objectives in the second group of objectives, where 4 out of 6 are required to advance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
gotta get her done.
You're doing Tower, which it's not an objective, or you're doing Harp, which it's not an objective. Yeah, I think Sealed Cave makes sense from that perspective. It is a traditionally long, drawn-out check, and I haven't seen if Fu has warp to get back out easily. I would imagine he does at this point, but still.
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
Speaking of getting back out, Jbrun has left the Upper Babel fight and says, you know what? No thanks.
Maybe come back when you're stronger and just sweep out, or maybe find a better way, but it's not the forced way underground, so you don't have to beat your head on that wall.
Yeah, that I think is... once you've bounced off something twice, if you don't think you have it, if you weren't close, I think you've got to make a decision. Jbrun now going for, looks like he is going to check Toria, but I would imagine is probably going to go check the Harp after this. Another possibility is he could head up Zot and check the Flame Dog chest that is in the Monster Box pool. That could be a key item. It could open something up for him. He probably feels behind after taking 2 bounces on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so probably going to may consider making some lower propensity checks here. Baron Key in the Sealed Cave. Okay.
What is our fight here? It's a really fast spot.
It's the Octoman.
Oh,
well. Yeah. No, I think...
like most Octomans, it's going to rage early, but once a few shots get in.
Yeah. Berserk up and a spoon/adamant Edward and throw... I don't even think Maddox bothering to put the Avenger's sword on.
No, it's like
Cecil yet.
Cecil playing cover.
Let it ride.
This is valid. Take a little bit of moment to rearrange inventory during animations.
Yeah, that Edward I don't think is going to have any problems with the Octoman. Jbrun zips around, picks up a few stuff. He's heading back into Cave Edward.
He says, "You can't stop me. I will not be denied."
Stupid demons.
I wasn't paying close enough attention, but if he got himself some veils, he'd be fine.
Yeah. I would imagine that's likely what's happened here. All right. There's
short one.
Maddox got that warp on Fu. He says, we're getting out of here. We're going to take that Baron Key and get out. Now, there is not a required objective in Baron, but there is a blue robe, and we know that Alt Gauntlet is in the pool. I would be avoiding Baron, because I don't care about the experience bonus. I really don't want to fight that Gauntlet if I don't have to.
Well, one of our runners, and I'm forgetting who, saw the Alt Gauntlet on the ribbon.
Yes.
So they at least know that that's a water head.
Yes.
I think it was Matic that stuck around the moon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Jbrun peaked the Massa altar, I think, but I don't think it was... Yeah, that was Mom Bomb, so I think it was Matic who saw the...
I think Matic saw them all. I think Jbrun ran from the...
yeah, I think...
he ran out of untrapped chests.
Yeah, I think that's right. So... Yeah, FBL...
says, hey, we're going to go up the tower. I hear this is 2 main checks. Main checks are good.
K-Main. You know, it's called K-Main for a reason.
Right. right.
FPL confirming it was Matic who saw the location of that gauntlet, so it does know where the gauntlet is. Matic is going to go straight to the top. We're not going to even hint at pulling the classic Penguinator, do the cannon room and dip strategy. No. We're going to the top. We know that that's a Val up there. That Val's going to increase our experience and do a K item check. That is a very valuable play, I think, at this point.
This guy, no. Crystal Armor doesn't fix Adamant Sickness. You can't so much fix Adamant Sickness as hide it. If you equip something that gives you elemental protection, such as Dragoon Armor or a Protect Ring, that'll override the Adamant Sickness. It'll take priority. But the moment you take that off, you're back to sickness. And Crystal Armor doesn't have any elemental half damages to cover the sickness.
I only learned about the existence of Adamant Sickness like last week. Thank you for the reminder, because this perfectly programmed game that works exactly the way that the developers intended to, even though we've broken and twisted the code with our randomizing methodologies.
Yeah, every time someone says perfectly coded game, I just think about the fact that a weapon with 70% accuracy hits more than 70% of the time.
Now, come here, Leonhard, I'm going to tell you this, and don't share this with anybody else. So everyone else who's watching, I need you to plug your ears right now. When I say this game is perfectly coded, I might be being a little bit sarcastic. Everyone else, you can unplug your fingers from your ears now. You're allowed to keep paying attention. So it's an Elven Bow at the top of tower. Val does count as an objective, so that is a Zonk. So that is a sweet 14% experience swing. But no progression. I imagine we're going to see Matic check the Super Cannon room on the way down, while Jbrun is going for another round with the D-Lunars. Did in fact pick up 5 Star Veils. Is going to attempt to lure them into using their breath and turn themselves into frogs. Which, works for me.
Works well.
Works well.
Works very well.
I would rather fight
elf.
frogs. I would rather fight frogs than zombie dragons. I don't know.
Absolutely.
So the Dark Elf will do a me change and then will cease to exist. There it goes. Poof.
Got him.
Damara has been getting a lot of use of the frog emoji in chat. That is the 3rd time I've seen the frog set come out. So.
Yeah. Once for Vanguards, twice for the Deepers.
That's right. So Jbrun has successfully used the reflex strategies and will simply just have to whittle through the D-Lunar hit point pool to advance, get through, launch the Falcon, and continue his quest underground. But Matic has been racking up checks, has caught up fully, done the pan, gone through the top of tower, gone through the sealed cave. It is going to be very interesting to see what Jbrun does to try to catch up if he takes a couple wild swings. Matic, of course, also has that successful fade of both monster boxes on the hook route, which we know didn't have anything of value.
Yeah, this becomes a very different situation up here in the booth if one of those has a value. Fortunately, it's 4 of 6, so like if there was a package in there, for instance, it would mean that Matic was doomed. But it would definitely make things a lot more interesting from our perspective.
That's right. Bro, we got more Avengers.
Hey, I blame you. You're the one that said you can. This is you need to own this.
I have commentator cursed Matic and Jbrun into having all the Avengers. Nitz guy, yes, they can sell them, but they don't need the money anymore. Yeah, Avengers Assemble. That should be the
Steve Rogers seed.
When this ends up on YouTube, it should be Avengers Assemble in the hashtags.
Right.
That'll definitely not bring in any confused Marvel fans. All right, we've got Dark Imps as the first boss in Dwarf Castle.
More frogs?
Could
Ready,
be more
Demar.
frogs.
We might have more frogs. We might just swag medio it. Who knows?
Looks like we're going for the stone cast.
Ooh.
Function pretty good, but they
That
don't have-
means.
Boom, and they're gone.
Ooh, from the outside with the stone. Bam.
Jbrun's gonna go check the sealed cave. It looks like to an extent, following Maddox's footsteps here. Again, I think that makes sense. You know that's an objective. You got to get that one marked off.
Yeah, and they'll be tied on objectives once they get through. Hey, Vanilla Golbez.
And we've got a Sid. Sir, not going to be in this seed. Now this will be interesting. Dwarf Castle, I think, is a potential fade for Jbrun. He's going to have to make some decisions. I feel like you've got to know you've bounced off that. You've got to make some decisions. We'll see if he chooses to do a fade or something similar. He's got options. That harp is the biggest one right now on the available that maybe you might think Matic is going to do. So it'll be interesting. Meanwhile, Golbez is calling Shadow. Shadow's he's full already. He already ate before dinner. Did your parents ever tell you not to have snacks before dinner? Golbez should have told that to Shadow, because he didn't even take a single bite.
Yeah, we see an advantage of Party 3 and Edward here.
That's right. Edward's hiding ability speeds that up a little bit. And it's a quick why from Golbez.
Now, I normally agree, do your objectives, FBL. The problem is that those objectives aren't going to carry you to what you need because K-Moon.
Well,
We don't have a K-Moon, do we?
yeah, we do. K-Moon is on.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, so Cave Bahamut's not in the pool.
Go! What FBL said. Go do your objectives.
But Ribbon and Masamune are, but those are difficult fights, I think.
For this
It's
party?
interesting. At their levels, I mean, I think you can do it, but
I mean,
there's the possibility for running into some challenges. Let's put it that way. So just a Moon Veil in Dwarf, very
I'm
fatal.
sitting here thinking, I think the Gauntlet's doable. The Gauntlet at Ribbon Room. That's the other thing. Jay Brunter doesn't know what's there. Matic does. But yeah, I feel the Gauntlet's doable. You've got D Fossil, and then you've got some Ryu type dragons, and then you've got 2 Trickers to finish the job.
Yeah, I think it's doable. Madison, go check the Baron key. Jbrun is getting through this Octomam. Yeah, but Dwarf, very fadeable. Tower, very fadeable. We know this. We'll just see if Jbrun is bold enough to make decisions to choose to fade a few things.
So is staying on Earth the counterplay then? You said Jay Brunter needed to do a counter.
I mean, I think getting out of the underground is the smartest thing he can do right now.
Yeah, we know that from the booth. That
We
the
know
underground is death.
Yeah.
That there's no joy.
Yeah. So it could be
The
go to
other
the moon, could be go to the harp, could be go
Right.
to Baron, but
Right. The thing is, the thing like, and yes, God, do your objectives, check your freebies, because you're gonna have to do it anyway. And if it's got what you need, then just go handle that. So Bahamut won't happen. That's a summon spot. But Ribbon and Masamune totally could have any of the key items needed. They're less likely to though, because they're moon checks. Main checks
That's
are more likely to have key items.
that's right. So yeah, I can understand the temptation to stay underground. There are 3 K-main checks there, but we know, and we'll see if Jbrun is, like I said, he's got decisions to make, and we'll see what he does.
Yeah, and you
We'll
don't
see.
have a pass, so like My thought is they want to wrap up on the moon, so they can just walk straight down to Z. They don't want to be flying back and forth between the moon over and over and burning time on that cutscene.
Yeah. Yeah, Jbrun is choosing to do the tower. We know that while this will help the experience values, it is 2 songs. There was a elven bow on top, and the 4th Avenger of the Seed is the reward for the cannon. Matic has found Blygan, has moved a few rooms back, and is in fact on the throne of Baron, rather than just the guard of Baron. But this won't be much of a challenge. And is through and has maxed out, so you'll notice that there is a 4.0 experience point multiplier now. That is the maximum we're allowing. So that means that for every 1 experience Matic would get normally, he's now getting 4. Shouldn't be too hard to get these 3 characters up to stratospheric levels. And obviously
No
can't take that edge. No room.
No room for the edge. Unless
So
you wanted to shun the Cecil and run this thing through solo for a while.
I don't think you can shun the Cecil.
You can dismiss the initial partner character. Yes.
I thought that you make the choice at the beginning. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, you have to do it right away. The moment that Cecil walks out the door, you have to say, "Go on with your life."
Yeah.
You have to do it then. Which would be a bold choice, but I've seen people running this flag set keep their hero and dismiss the partner just because of the dynamics of the situation.
I mean, there are a lot of partners I would strongly consider not taking. No offense, Sid is one of them. And it depends on who your hero is, of course.
Right. There's a lot that goes into that thought process.
That's right. So Matic is going to go head up the Tower of Zot. I would think he's just going to go pet the dog, take that off the table. There was a legend sword in the basement, the Baron basement. Now, Super Forge is available, but only available by completing one of the 2 objective sets. So either the 3 required moon objectives or 4 of the 6 required difficult objectives. So, you can get a nice item. I did not see what that was.
Package! Matic has a package.
So Matic will now be able to go ahead and
get it done.
Turn the package, complete the bottom part of those flags, get the 4 out of the 6, get the Supersmith item, and then presumably will proceed immediately to the moon without passing go, without collecting $200. All right.
In before, demist at package spot, holding the rat tail, which gets turned in for the Earth.
There you go. you are
bad man.
Yeah. You're a horrible person wishing that on our poor runners. So this puts Matic pretty firmly in the driver's seat.
Yes.
There's a cane here. In this, almost no chance that anyone was ever going to take that cane. I guess unless you pet the dog almost right away and then ran over here to do this. That could have happened, I suppose. Sure.
Yeah. There's a world that could happen. You had a Boreas in the early looting.
Yeah, why not?
That's enough to take out a flame dog.
Yeah. Jbrun struggling a little bit with this Val, but is able to get through. We'll get that big stack of experience in a bunch of levels. And his Elven Bow, my favorite reward of all. No, it's not. Sorry.
Better than a Cure 3.
Better than a Cure 3, that's right. We're going to see we're going to see if your terrible prediction comes true. In a moment here. The boss. Oh, it is the D-Mist! Oh!
Well, okay, that's part one. That's only one part.
Commander Leonhardt, just with the epic.
Bad man.
I mean, you don't have to turn that in if you're Matic. You don't have to.
Oh no, yeah, I don't think Matic even bothers. Matic is like, I don't have time for this nonsense.
I would be so tempted, but that's why I'm not good at this game. The Matic doesn't have a pass.
Oh, okay, point. True. Good point, FBL. FBL could do it. Could be a quick check for the pass.
That's right. They are going to get at least 2 checks on the moon, but.
And there's our super weapon.
What was it? I missed it.
Seraphim staff.
Not what you're hoping for, I think.
Nah. If you're really concerned about Fu's ability to cure, it's really not what you're wanting.
Yeah, it's obviously not a bad thing to have, but nope. Matic is absolutely not concerned about checking that D-Mist. Says, I am going to the moon, and we have to think Matic will not be coming back.
And actually, I'm not 100% certain if you can use a Seraphim. If anyone in this party can, maybe it's strict. No, it is a Fu weapon. Thank you, FBL. Somebody's got to keep it straight in here.
It's not me. I don't have this stuff memorized. Yes, see hero, you always get a weapon the hero can use. That is an excellent, excellent point. Matic is going to dive into Cave Bahamut. We have seen this earlier. I believe it was elements. These are red robes, so.
Yes, you are.
Yes. So we will almost certainly not see any challenge for Matic taking on this particular spot. Jbrun has finished underground, did not do dwarf, which we know is the right call, and is heading to, well, we'll see if he does music or not. We're going to get a music check. So this may give out Earth Crystal or Rat Tail. But I would have to think of all the available potential plays that the Flame Dog is the quickest. But that's okay, because we love music here, don't we, yes, Commander Leonhardt?
Yes, we do.
That's right.
For those of you that don't know why it is we love music, we don't always get, in fact, we never get the original harp music. There are a lot of randomized harp songs, mostly in by our Xenocat, some which predate their tenure. And it's a long check, or the walk and the cutscene. We do love our random moments.
I don't think the fight will be long with the amount of power that Jbrun is bringing down to the...
oh, no.
We probably won't get a lot of music, but we'll definitely make sure we are silent and that you get to enjoy it. Matic, of course, has completed that elements, picks up the crystal, but most importantly, the first of the 3 required moon objectives. And a reminder, you have to do all 3 moon objectives: Ribbon Room, Masa Altar, and Cave Bahamut, and 4 of the 6 other objectives in order to receive your crystal and proceed to Ceromus.
Now we're gonna rest our voices for a little bit because it is time for DJ Spoony Bar to play us a song and lift our spirits. Yes, officially, that is the fight against bootlegs from Super Mario RPG, but sounds a whole lot to me like what we would hear on Maddox's side if we had the sound being effective.
It could be that Super Mario RPG drew musical inspiration from another source. It's possible.
Jbrun sure giving us another dance around the room to the song. Good times. Good times.
Fun. Unfortunately for Jbrun, I don't think that paid out anything interesting.
Oh,
So
we have our first finish off stream. Infinius is done with a time of 10-18. GG.
GG's to Infinius. Jbrun heading up to the Tower of Zot will collect the package from the Flame Dog, and then I would imagine is chasing down the same course of action Maddox has taken. Maddox going to save up and then presumably take care of that ribbon.
And as our runners zero in on the path to the finish line. If all of this looks fun to you, it is. It is as much fun as it looks like it is, possibly more. You've seen links in chat to the wiki and probably to the Discord as well. Come on by, have a look. We'd love to have you. There are all kinds of helpful folks, channels specifically with information for newbies, clubs to help you kind of get your feet wet, figure out what's going on. Come on by. It's a good time.
Right. That's right, folks. All of our information is available at FF4FE.com. And, of course, links in the chat right now. And if you are watching on YouTube, I see you, because I've watched so much Free Enterprise on YouTube. And I read your comments. I want you to know that. It's going to be in the description down below as well. So come hang out. It's a lot of fun. And if you are having a great time and you're thinking, wow, these two guys, they sound like they're having a great time too, you can join the Restream team as well. So just by joining our Discord, there is an option to apply for the Restream team. We would love to have more people come along, especially as we ramp up for the upcoming tournament, because, hey, the more people we have, the more Restreams we can do. And the more Restreams we can do, the more people get to enjoy Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. And we are really, like, I'm just excited. This is going to be kind of only my second tournament doing Restream, and I'm really, really excited to talk about this game that I really enjoy.
Here, here.
And also, we need to fill a little bit of time as Maddox is working on that alt gauntlet, while Jbrun is, like we said, retracing those steps, taking that direct route straight through to the boss of Zeromus. Did Maddox find the big stick for Cecil? I don't know.
Not from the bomb at Altar. It was a Crystal Ring.
It was Crystal Ring,
which
yeah.
is one of my favorite rewards. But, so I don't think so.
Hey, you can never go wrong with a Crystal Ring. They're like Avengers. You can't have too many.
Can confirm, Nitsky. Many a time I've cast Lit 3 on a Shricker and taken it out by dealing -9. I always make sure to deal 2,000 damage first.
And this is just like what a convenient little post game, like just before the boss grind. Maddox does not even bother checking to see if there is a crystal sword or anything in those chests. Says, nope, I don't need that. I gotta go take the Massa altar, and then I'm on my way to the boss.
Right. He's got time for that. We do have two other finishers off stream. Jbrun coming in with 1:15:20, and Lord Goober just behind Jbrun with 15.
Right. GG's to both of those runners. Some really, really strong times here. Rob Satplace has asked, how do you just not open those chests? And you know what? I don't have the discipline. I have to know.
I was about to say supreme act of will.
Sometimes you gotta know.
It's hard. The struggle is real. You're not wrong.
Curiosity killed the cat and also slowed down the speedrunner.
Yeah.
The discipline Matic is showing is excellent. Oh, Jbrun's got that curiosity goblin as well. And
I need to know. I did. It says.
It's the Earth Crystal. Oh my goodness. Oh no.
Technically, I called it the other way around, but still. Infinius, Demist was that package.
So, yeah, Infinius.
And when you take the village survivor to Kaipo.
Yeah, so and if you didn't find package was at Earth at
Well,
Python.
yeah, I'm guessing you never did that, which means you must have found the rat tail somewhere else, which means that the Earth Crystal does not lead to the rat tail. So my commentator's curse only went so far, but you know what? I'll take 2 out of 3.
66% of the time. 66% is pretty good, my friend. Hey, so Matic has just popped down into the final room of the game and is about to fight Zeromus. Do you want to talk about why this is a little bit different than what someone might expect if they've only played the vanilla version of this game?
Alright, you've seen a lot of bosses moved around, and the scripts travel, but the stats stay the same. We don't move Zeromus. That script is too haywire to put elsewhere in the seed. So instead, we change his appearance. There are, I've lost count, hundreds upon hundreds of different Z sprites, which means we only ask a question.
That's right, and that question is, whose butt are we about to kick tonight? We'll throw that crystal, and we will see in just a second.
It was a Wyvern at Crystal Sword Altar Wyvern wave attack that had the rat tail.
Interesting. Infinius has routed this in an entirely different way than our runners did, so just proof that this is going to provide excellent restream value when we get to the tournament. Lots and lots of options.
Then he said, hey, I'm up here on the moon. I might as well. Out. Antidale coming in with a finish in 4th place, 117 GG.
I have no idea what that is. But... that's going to be in my nightmares, though. Wait.
That is possibly the second most frightening. But apparently it's from Cave Story. Thank you, Staren.
Cave Story. Wow. Well, let's take a look at the strategies that Matic is using as we go into this. So, looks like we're doing Berserk strats on that going Cecil. Wow, Cecil is just throwing out damage. Here comes the big bang. It was nerfed, so not so much in the way of damage. And yeah, Edward and Cecil berserked up. And I think that's probably just all we're going to see. Crystal Sword Cecil is a heck of a drug indeed, FBL.
No doubt.
There is simply...
Bam!
Yeah. Go Burr. Absolutely go Burr.
Oof. $8,000. Get it done.
Did Jbrun just have to reset out of... Ooh.
Out of the elements. A little bit of a struggle.
Rough.
Got... Val got a little feisty. Be alright.
Val will do that. We've got a shake on the Matic side. We'll see if we get to that big bang. I don't think Matic's too concerned.
Even if it does roll through, Cecil can handle it. Add a dozen, as you say.
No. We're on rocks. 1 or 2 more swings. And that's it. GG's to Matic, who has finished up just over 121.
121.03 to be precise.
There we
as
go.
you say. GG's. GG's out in chat, and we'll see if Matic wants to come join us.
Jbrun working on that elements again. Man, that Cecil is not putting out damage. I wonder what he had on it before he switched the Avenger.
Not sure what he Avenger glitched to.
Yeah, because that I'm pretty sure Mylon Z takes the extra damage from the swords, but Elements is weird.
Yeah, Elements is definitely weird.
Must have been some sort of Frostbrand or something, because he's kicking roof.
Okay, yeah, definitely looks like a Frost. That would explain why Mylon wasn't impressed. So what's going on there for everyone else that know? It's the way the Avenger glitch works is when you equip the Avenger, if you don't then execute a command and you just let the Berserk take over, the game doesn't update what weapon you're holding. It just applies the alt Berserk, so you maintain your original properties. Fine.
Yeah, we talked about this already. When we say this game is finally coded, we are completely serious and in no way sarcastic.
Jbrun getting it done this time, knocking down those pesky elements. Moving on. Should
be a pretty straight route for Jbrun down to the lunar basement, take on that gauntlet, and then through to the Masa altar, and then Zeronis. So we will see. Let's see here.
And Matic is going to pass on an interview, which is always an option. Always completely optional.
Yeah. If you're out there and you like playing free enterprise and you're worried, hey, if I restream live with these guys, I gotta talk to them after. You don't have to. We would love to have you, but you don't have to. There's no stress and pressure. We're really just appreciative of everyone who chooses to run the seeds, and really appreciative of everyone who chooses to allow us to restream them. It really is a privilege to take this very fun, very community-driven game and give it the platform it deserves.
Oh, there's a pass. Apparently pass was a rat tail. They're still in chat. They compare. It has to be the rat tail unless they turn K Pink on.
No, K Pink. K Pink was the third of the Pink Tail was the third Avenger of the seed.
Right. Thank you. So Rat Tail gets you your pass, which Infinius was probably happy to see after zipping down to the Earth.
That's a really good reward if you are doing the Wyvern, the Crystal Sword check, defeating Wyvern, getting Rat Tail, going, I gotta go back to Earth. Oh, but it's a pass. Okay, that's not bad. The Adamant at the Murasame altar. I can't see the forge getting done by anybody. This particular rolled seed.
Can't see the Merle. Well, I guess depending on what order you did the moon. Infinius probably did sweep before if that Rat Tail wasn't going.
Yeah. I'd be really curious to see what Infinius did. That got him so far ahead. That's really cool.
Can confirm Infinius is a heck of a
Jbrun pops a siren and
and ran? Okay.
May have been.
I don't know if the running was intentional. I don't think it was. But okay. Okay, now Jbrun just showing off a little bit of flavor for our viewers, which we always appreciate. So, those are the legendary pink puffs. They can only be found in that room, and they are the rare. We put the pink tail in the key item because we'd like you to have access to it. But in the vanilla, the only way to get the pink tail is a rare 1 in 64 drop off a pink puff. And that 1 in 64 assumes that the pink puff even bothered to drop an item in the first place.
I've never gotten a pink tail in vanilla, let's put it that way.
Right. Now, so since the pink tail's in the pool, we just have the pink puffs straight up drop the adamant armor. The meme running around is that we will shut down the restream if an adamant armor drops on stream. You can decide whether that's real or not. We did get somebody to drop an adamant armor. Wasn't on the Free Enterprise channel. restreamed elsewhere, so we said that.
Oh, so we could have. I mean, to be frank, I wasn't aware of that meme, so I would have been very confused. Jbrun carried through, got the adamant armor, and then all of a sudden I'm talking to nobody. I would have been very confused.
Past pattern.
And to be fair, a little bit miffed.
Yeah, sure, understandable.
Jbrun finds an Excal, which is gonna help get through that gauntlet for sure. Nix is asking where the pass was. The pass was at the Rat Tail, and we know from Phineas the Rat Tail was behind the Crystal Sword Altar, which was a vanilla location wyvern, but wasn't a vanilla wyvern because we have Witchburn on, alternating the attack, which means that it was a wave. Oh, you're good, Nitzy. You're good.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm up here talking, and I am missing things left, right, and center, so...
No, we help each other out. Commentators ask chat, hey, but did that Luke cookie get picked up? Was it? And, yeah. But yes, bit of a rude wyvern, and Phineas said it tagged for about 1,400 that initial wave.
Alright, and here we go. We're going to get through this gauntlet pretty quickly. That should give Jbrun everything he needs to head down to the Massa Altar. Lots and lots of experience here. I mean, I think Maddox Cecil was over 4,000 hit points when he got down, so... Oh yeah, and you know what? The complexity levels of the 5.0.3 alpha build, it's a big jump. I haven't been privileged enough to have been around doing restreams for that long, but there's a lot going on here compared to the previous builds, and I mean the options are huge, the flag sets are huge. Keeping up is a challenge, so it is really a collaborative effort. You'll see every time that Commander Leonhardt and I slip up a little bit in the booth, someone is correcting us, usually FBL.
I helped build these, and I've still called out a few things wrong.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is an incredible update for Free Enterprise that just really blows open the possibilities of what this randomizer can do. It really takes it to the next level. So it's just a huge shout out to the entire programming team and everyone who put forward ideas for what should go in this. The people who did fork development to show off some options, some of which ended up here. Yeah, it's just pretty incredible community-driven effort to show a lot of love to this very old, perfectly programmed game. And yeah, big thanks to you, Commander Leonhardt, for being in the booth with us. FBL for making it all work, and to Motos for pressing those buttons, because I would not be keeping up on this without you pushing the buttons, my friend. And of course to Matic and Jbrun for agreeing to be restreamed. You should give them a follow. Go to their Twitch. They're both incredible runners.
Yeah, well said. It's a little volunteer effort here. All of us doing little bits to make it happen. Thanks everyone for tuning in too. I imagine that Veritas and I would have fun chatting with each other, but eventually we get sick of each other's voices, so we're glad you're here to watch it.
We've got a really nice turnout tonight. We want you to know that we really do appreciate you giving us a little bit of your Friday evenings. And of course, if you're listening to this later on YouTube, we appreciate you too. Like I said, that's how I really got into Free Enterprise, was I caught a couple live streams, and then I spent, I don't know, a year going through the entire video backlog, watching old tournaments, and yeah, so it's a heck of a time.
I got pointed at it by some friends of mine back when the Fabul Gauntlet tournament was running. So I had the benefit of seeing a lot of high-level play and commentary then, before I took my dive into the game.
I think the first time I saw Free Enterprise, I was watching, I don't know what it was. It would have been maybe ZZ4. And the commentary team, when I turned it on, Pale Dim had popped up. And the commentary team was just in absolute tears laughing at the dudes. And I just thought to myself,
we do love our memes.
This could be something I could enjoy. And then it was the Omnidextrous Memers Guild tournament that really hooked me. So I haven't been around for as long as some people in the community, but really welcoming group of folks. And yeah, joining these streams has been so much fun. I really enjoyed this. That Mom Bomb goes down. Experience is maxed. Jbrun is ready to rock. We're going to see him pop down his aromas, I think, in a moment here.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's a sand ruby.
Pop on down and murder it. Win the tournament, they said. Play the garbage seeds, they said. Yeah, that is indeed what we said, Lord. You fell for it again.
Jbrun runs into the most insidious of Final Fantasy bosses, the inventory boss. And we'll have to proceed down. Do some equipment modification, getting that Cecil up and running, crystal sword, adamant armor. Absolutely no...
Murder.
Yeah. Absolutely no chance. No chance for the Zeromus.
Adamant sickness no longer a concern from removing the adamant armor from Edward, because Zeromus doesn't throw elemental damage.
Exactly. Untyped, just a lot of it. Just a lot of damage. You played the Pixel remaster?
No, I haven't. You?
Yes, and I got to Zeromus, and I'm like, oh boy, I've learned all about how agility works, and I'm ready to take on Zeromus. And that's when I found out the Pixel remaster, they completely changed the way agility works, and they fixed a bunch of the bugs.
Yes, they did.
Oh boy. Do you want to go over adamant sickness for Synapse while we're watching here?
So, adamant armor is a bit weird in that it sets a lot of flags. It sets immunity to fire, lightning, and ice, but simultaneously sets a flag to make people weak to fire and ice and super weak to lightning. You don't notice this when the adamant armor is on because now when you remove the adamant armor, you no longer have the elemental immunity. You still have the weaknesses. So unless you're wearing something that gives you elemental protection, now those weaknesses leave you exposed.
This is similar to the way that the back row glitch works, where it sets a flag, but it doesn't remove a flag.
Yes, it's a very good comparison.
Yeah, I mean, adamant armor is such a buried item in vanilla that they probably didn't even bother testing it. They probably
No.
I don't think that the QA team bothered grinding out pink puffs until they got a pink tail. Oh, that's funny. All right, the Coriomus from Story. Sorry, I forgot what it was already. Is out.
Cave Story.
Cave Story. Gosh darn it. Unnerfed Big Bang. So Jbrun attempted to nerf the Big Bang by throwing a crystal at it. So the way that works is when you hit Zeromus with an offensive magic spell, he wants to use Nuke on you. But his magic power gets lowered so he doesn't completely obliterate the targeted character. If you time it just right, his magic power will still be down when he throws the Big Bang, thus causing it to do a lot less damage, 700 to 1200 or so versus 18 to 2000. So as a result of that missed nerf, it's Cecil, his crystal sword, and adamant armor versus a creepy mouth and 4 eyes.
Very creepy. As far as the nerfing, the first one is a lot easier to nerf. As long as you actually cause a counter nuke before the Big Bang comes out, it'll be nerfed. Everyone after that requires the very precise timing.
Yes.
Veritas Nice.
That's right. And the timing is precise because Zeromus is actually taking multiple actions to each one that you actually see. And then based on when his hit points tip over, because again, this game is perfectly programmed, he doesn't have the full amount of hit points that he would have. That would have caused integer value issues. At a certain point, his hit points fill back up. So depending on when that happens, but it doesn't matter. You know, with Cecil with this much power, who cares, right? And no problem, Jbrun has slashed down and defeated Zeromus as well. So GG's to Jbrun.
And Hiker, our remaining off-screen runner, also finished around that time, the 134.16. So we'll see if Jbrunter joins us, but while we're waiting on that, thanks to everyone that came out and raced for this too, because, you know, if nobody shows up for a community race, what are we going to do?
Yeah, really
dang thing.
Really strong community race tonight, so we want to say big thank you to every person who picked up their controllers and ran through this featured flag set that will be present in the upcoming tournament, the Megaflare Rally flag. We want to again say big thank you to Matic and Jbrun TR for being on Restream and showing off some of the really interesting stuff that's going to be available when we get to the tournament. And just see here in a moment if we are getting an interview.
Yeah. For those of you wondering about this tournament, it's going to start in a few weeks. The Ides of March 15th is when we're going to officially open things up. It's going to run 9 weeks. That way we get it done before RPG Limit Break comes in. Get it done a little faster than some of the other tournaments in the... Oh. And there it is! Hey! Jbrunter is here with us. GG.
You are on mute, my friend.
Yes, you are. Hey.
Oh, there we go.
Huzzah!
All right. Oh, that was something else.
It was. It was a bit of a pesky hook route with D-Lunars, with having used the Star Veils earlier, which is a bit rough.
Yeah, and I sold the Moon Veils as well.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that adamant armor. You know,
Yep.
It's a heck of a drug. Unfortunately, Virus is not that impressed with it.
Very true. Very true. Everything up to that point was going pretty well.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah, just tilted after that.
It'll get you. We were wondering if you might do a little bit of a dice play. Was that in your thoughts when you stayed on Earth, or was that your plan all?
Well, sorry, audio's cutting out.
No problem. We were just wondering if after you bounced, we're pretty sure you felt behind after you finally got through the hook route. Wondered whether feeling behind you might try some beaten path, and whether that was part of your decision to stay on Earth, or whether you had planned to do that anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking to go to the moon until I had all of the Group A objectives completed. So yeah, I kept bashing my head against the hook route, trying to get that objective. And then it seems an alternate way through was petting the dog in Zot. So you get the package, and D-Mist had Earth Crystal.
Mhm.
Yep. So that was the other two I could have done, but
I want you to know that 66% of that was predicted by Commander Leonhardt on stream as we saw it for the first time. He really wanted it to be Rat Tail, D-Mist into Rat Tail into Earth Crystal, and he got 2/3 the way there.
I'm a bad man.
yeah, as an observer, you want all the most entertainment value. As the runner, not so much.
It's true.
We definitely had a good laugh, unfortunately, at your expense for that particular find. Matic didn't check the D-Mist at all, so we were cheering for you to do so. So we were very happy when you did.
Yeah, and seeing that after the hook route, just that feels bad.
Yeah, you still put on a good show for us. You gave us a lot of memery. You danced to the music. You showed us where the pink puffs were and gave us a chance to talk about where the adamant armor is in vanilla. So, good times. We appreciate that.
Yeah, unfortunately tried to run buffer not work class. And
oops. So you did intend to fight them. Okay.
yes. Yep. But yeah. It was off the rails.
So I don't know how many times you've run this flag set, but what are your thoughts on it?
I've ran quite a few. I say probably upwards of 20 or 30. And I really enjoy like not really having to grind, like the group D objectives with the bosses, just upping up the experience scaling. Really enjoying that. The choice with which of the 6 group A objectives you're gonna do, just has a lot of variation with how it's gonna be played. And then, of course, whether you go like to the moon right away to get the better loot, or just hold off on buying the adamant armor.
You want to know what Infinius did?
Did he not get the adamant armor?
Probably, but apparently he found the rat tail behind the crystal sword altar. So just a completely different way to get those objectives. And
wow.
yeah, like I'm really curious, like, because clearing the moon pretty early, interesting play. So
Indeed.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
You cleared out your inventory aggressively to get to that adamant armor. We were curious who you were going to take, and then we saw you get rid of the extra Avengers and the Massa and the Mura, and so we were wondering, did you and Matic maybe agree to take an Edward if he came up, or was it just coincidence you both chose the Edward?
We must just be on the same wavelength or something. Because for the restream cropping, like we had ended up in the same spot on the overworld.
You were on either side of the lake by Terraria, like looking at each other. It was
so we just the hive mind. It was just we were connected, I guess.
You're destined to do this dance.
You have done this dance on the community race many times already.
Indeed. Yeah,
what were you looking for in the third character? It feels like obviously Fu you got to take, and then when Cecil shows up, it feels like it should be an automatic inclusion. But what was your thought process behind what you were looking for in your second and third characters? What made you decide yes, Cecil, obviously, or was there a concern there? And then at what point did you decide? What made you think, okay, we're taking the Edward?
I mean, I kind of went into it uh, hoping I would get the Edward earlier, so we get some levels before having to actually do some damage. So yeah, and given the starting Cecil, uh, he basically serves as like a meat shield. So if we can get, I was trying to keep the Advent armor on Cecil, just so like he can protect the Eddie, and you can't pass up a spoonwort. I mean, given the opportunity, yeah, why
Yeah,
not go
I
for it?
think Spoonword being built kind of into the seed very early on, I can see why he's very tempting. Is there a character you would have taken, like an Edge or a Kane, perhaps, if they had shown up before the Edward?
Probably an edge. And with all the Avengers, Kane would work too.
Yeah, we counted 4 in the seed. That was on me. I said you could never have too many Avengers after the second one, and they kept
and
coming.
this and the siege said, "Hold my beer."
Yep.
That was a lot of fun to watch, Jbrun. What would you say in your mind? What was the standout moment of the seed for you, other than bouncing off? Standout fun moment, I guess I would say.
Oh boy. Which of the memes? Uh, so the warp back upstairs in Ebling Castle.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of like if anybody does or knows of the Final Fantasy One, like the ice cavern. Like you can do that there if you have warp, but that's a different game. Um, let's see. Uh, yeah, dancing to the music, which was really kind of tilt after like not getting anything out of that without being a zonk. But and then, yeah, trying to do the pink puffs, trying to shut the stream down, get that admin armor on stream. But it was not to be tonight.
Yeah, I did not even know about that meme, and so Commander Leonhardt got to loop me in, and like I said at the time, I would have been very confused if it had happened. All right, any closing thoughts, Jbrun?
I'll just thank you all for the restream and commentary. It was good fun. Looking forward to the tournament.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing you in the tournament and all of our incredible runners tonight. So thank you so much for joining us for an interview, and I think we can yeah, let's close this down. So folks, first of all, we want to say thanks to everyone who took the time out to watch tonight. There was quite a few of you out there, and we see you. Thanks for participating in the chat and hanging out with us. And if you want to hang out with us more, FF4FE.com. You can find all of our stuff there. Join our Discord, the wiki alpha.ff4fe.com to roll yourself up a 5.0 alpha seed. Big congratulations to Infinius for coming first in our community race tonight, but also thanks to Garen, Lord Goober, Antidale, Maddock, Iker, and Jbrun for running, and a double big extra helping dose of thanks to Maddock and Jbrun for being on our restream. FBL, thank you so much for running the restream. Motos for pushing the buttons. And hey, Commander Leonhardt, this has been a ton of fun. This is our first time together, and I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I had a great time too. Thanks for being here with me. We've got more free enterprise action for you. We are heading off to raid Wef Jepster, who's playing some FF4. So, stick around. See how that is. It's good times.
All right, folks, thanks so much. Have a great night. Yeah, I see it live.
Yes, indeed.
Whew.
Yeah, I already lost our tracker. Yep, like I'm out. Whatever it was that pulled Motos away, must have needed to get back to it.
Hey.
All good.